Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Oh, man, what a day, what a day. So, hey, as you see, Marvin isn't here right now. He will be here momentarily. He's on his way in the studio, so he'll be coming on very soon. And we're gonna definitely kind of start off with the podcast with him and I. But meanwhile, I'm gonna be talking to you on a solo. You and talking about love and grief, conversation where you are not alone. That's our main topic today, and we're going to go into a few things. So once Marvin comes in, we'll start the whole program and we'll get things going. But as we do it, we try to be here every week, and just because we know you guys are viewing us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So we want to make sure Spotify and Substack, we want to make sure that we're here every week. So if you're tuning in at the right time and the right date, we want to make sure that you all are getting a show. And there's one thing that I truly love podcasting. Marvin loves it too. So for us not to be here, it's got to be emergency situation or something that we can't control, and that's why. But he will be here in a few minutes, um, and so I'm going to talk shop with you. Today's topic is love and grief, and that's going to be the conversation, with the main emphasis on you are not alone. All right, a lot of people are going through different things, and sometimes you feel like you're in solidarity and there's no one to turn to. And that's not true. There's opportunities, there's situations that groups that you can tune into, and we just want you to know that if you're looking for resources when you're going through grief, just get in touch with us, and we'll gladly give you the right answers. And if we don't have it, we will find it and make sure that you get contacted with, or you can contact the right people. All right, let's see. What I want to do is connect to Facebook so I can do some things here. Make sure that we're live on Facebook, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. And so I got to double check. And it looks like gotta go live on Facebook. All right. So today I had to go to a funeral of a friend of mine, dear friend of mine. Uh, my mom and uncle's long lifetime friend, really, and she passed away, and that's Jackie Ramus. Jackie was just a wonderful person, and It's a huge loss for the community, the family. Huge, huge loss for us. So may she rest in peace. I'm gonna miss her, truly miss her. All right. So something's going on here, and I don't see us visible on Facebook. If you're here and you're on Facebook, jot a comment down. Yeah, all right. There's some people here. What's going on, Christy? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, as always. Hope all is well. How's the weather down there? And there we are. All right. So I want to put this on Marvin's page, because sometimes we don't share it on his page, and that's a missed opportunity for networking. And we can't do that, right? Always got to try to network. Network, network, network. We talked about that on the Really Charlie podcast yesterday. And just by one person, right? If you support one person um, on a podcast, you're going to eventually meet some others, right? And Mary Williams wrote a book yesterday. Well, we supported it yesterday, and so I keep freezing, huh? All right, I don't know what's going on here, but I hope we're okay now. All right, so if you're going through grief, you're not alone. You're not alone. Sometimes you might want to sit alone and be in your sorrows, and it's it's okay to be that. Sometimes being in solitary confinement may be something that you deal with, right, or something that you adapt to, or it makes you comfortable, right? And so just chilling out might be the right thing to do, and I get that. But if you're looking for answers, there's a lot of resources out there. Um, Resources that can get you in a group. Marvin, what he does is he goes to a widowers group, and they meet every few weeks in San Diego, California, and it's been real resourceful for him and people in the group. So you know, there's many groups out there that can help you out. Um, so all right, just checking on a few things here. Um, so in the Northeast, I know up here in Massachusetts, we have so many resources when it comes to grief, and you can turn to them. Definitely talk to people. There are many outreach groups that will go out and speak to you. A lot of organizations and different agencies, they have support groups and HR. Sometimes you really may not want to go to HR because you put your business out there, and then people don't have empathy sometimes for someone that's going through something, and they may kind of give you or think of you negatively in the future, that oh, she's suffering or he's suffering. They're always missing days of work and so on and so forth. So sometimes those department or agencies support groups may not be good, but I'm not going to tell you not to do it, um, because if that's the only resource you have, then reach out to them. Reach out to them. All right. Um, One of the things we're going to talk about is some personal stories, and I have one today for the service that I attended today, and from Jackie Ramus, who owned a daycare in the city. So I'm going to talk about that. Um, I'm pretty sure Marvin has a lot to say. Um, we've both been having a great week. We're trying to add and add to this podcast and bring some more things to you, some more opportunities. We're recently, so we've been talking to several people, and so it's we're gonna get that started, but we won't blow up the news until everything's in concrete. All right, hold on 1 second. All right. So, Christy, talk to me. Tell me something. Let's have a conversation here, right? Let's talk about a few things. What are you doing? What's going on in your life? You want to say, a few things, have a couple of conversations about what's going on. You know, I know we're all going through some crap with all these gas prices. They're crazy. It's almost $4. Thought this guy was supposed to be the thing. Um, was supposed to be the answer to all our prayers. Thought he was. Oh my God. Oh God. Some bad news. A friend of mine had just passed away. Oh my God. Damn. Man. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. Uh, man. Sad news. Sad, sad news. Wow. Oh man. Charmaine, what's going on? I see you. You want to come to the stage? I could. Hold on 1 second. Charmaine, what's going on?
Hey, I just thought I would join you guys and see what you're up to.
Oh, all right. You can feel free to join us. I'm waiting for Marvin. He's having a little traffic problems, but you know how it is around his neighborhood.
Yeah, he's not out here in Bakersfield. He's you know, he's
Yeah.
down there may as well be in New York. He may as well
Yeah,
be
man.
he
Yeah,
may
huh?
as well be he may as well be in New York.
I lived there 3 years, so I know exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
God back then I wasn't doing too much driving back then. So, I was on public transportation and that was good enough for me. But driving in Southern California is no picnic.
no, mm-mm, nope.
No.
I stay out of those areas.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Um, so you had a busy week. The group
Yeah.
chats are really, really funky. I can't wait to get involved in it. I cannot wait. I truly cannot wait.
Yeah, we
And
we have a lot, when you get some of the higher ups that come on and they give you their stories, some people will think, people think that people who make that kind of money, that they're making is like that's what they just did. They just inherited it. They don't realize, like tonight what they talked about, they went gangbusters, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, and
Mm.
everything for them is a 90-day clip, you know. And it's I'm trying to remember the name of the book. I think it's called The 12-Week Year. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, no.
You should look it up. And 12 weeks is what, 90 days, right? Three
Yep.
months. And that's what it's called. It says what you do. And I think they're calling it 90 days because of the way it sounds, but the 12-week year is kind of the same thing. They say what you do is whatever you want to do, you treat 12 weeks like it's a year. And
Mm.
then every day is like a month. You see what I'm saying? Or every week is
Yeah.
a month. So you do it that way. So every week it ends up being one full month. So that at the end of those 12 weeks, you would have done 12 months.
Wow. That
So
makes
you
sense.
you plan out these 12 weeks is 1 year.
Hmm.
This first week is 1 month.
Okay.
You see? So with that being, when you're looking at it from that way, and then one day is 1 week.
Okay.
So
I get it.
you're doing it in such a way that you're building that momentum. So you're going, and that's what they did. And there's another the person who told me about that, he's actually on Facebook. He and I go back some years. His name is Shay Brown, and he's a speaker and he does all that kind of stuff. And he says his expression that he'll say is he said, today is what does he say? Today is my January 1. Every day he says that. Today is
Wow.
my January 1. Today is my January 1.
Mm.
So he every day is is not hinged upon yesterday. Every
Yeah.
day is my new year. Every day is my new year. Every day is my
Hmm.
new year. And he does that. He's built you should look him up. It's Shay, CHE, and his last name is Brown.
Okay. I will.
And
I
that's
will.
and that's what he does. And he's one that I've done stuff with him going back, and when he sees me he goes, I'm still doing all the health stuff you told me to do. I'm still doing all the health stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I can't wait to get started. And
Yeah, Tirsa and I were just talking about that's why it was a few minutes. So she's working on putting together our plan for the 90 days. So she's putting yours together, Marvin's, mine, hers, and she's mapping it all out, what we need to do based on what they just said tonight. She said, so I'm going to
okay.
map it all out so that she said, Friday we're like she's doing it now, so she maps it out, and she said, okay, and even for me, I'm getting ready because she doesn't drive. So
Okay.
she's and her husband now has decided he was going to do some things because now he's retired. So he's going to go do some part-time jobs, and what she's going to do, she said, I'm going to go because I don't drive. I'm gonna take the bus and go hit people just by getting on the bus
Uh-huh.
and getting off the bus. And she said, I'm gonna take the bus and I'm gonna be going out there, and I'm just how I'm going to do it. So yeah.
I I am I will never ever doubt her. I'll never doubt you. So anything you both say, there's no doubt in my mind you're gonna get it accomplished.
Yeah, that's I'm sitting up here. I'm sitting up here now, and I'm just she works with multiple screens. I know you work with multiple screens as
Yep.
well, and I got three screens up here myself that I'm working with, and I have my girl who is helping me do some marketing for my I got a hillbilly rub that I'm bringing back out.
Uh-huh.
And so she was telling me, she said, well, my suggestion for you is, call around, make some appointments, do this. I just finished texting her. I said, let me tell you my strategy. I said, my strategy is I don't make appointments. I walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Never have.
I like it. I love it. Um, welcome aboard there, Captain Marvin Speller.
You know the show don't start till I get here.
Well,
I
we
know we
was
were waiting. You were holding they say one man don't stop the show, but in this case, I guess that's not the true statement because
yeah,
No,
she
that's not
surely did.
true. This one man holds it up, so
yeah,
always good to
he
see y'all. I had to send the link to myself because you just texted to me. You didn't put it in Facebook. It's all good.
I
It's
did.
all good.
I didn't put in
No, you didn't.
I send it to your phone, right?
You sent it to my phone. Yep. All
Well,
right. So
first and foremost, let me say hello to Michael, Christy. Um, how you doing? Thanks for joining us as you always do.
I
Thank you
heard that.
everyone on
I heard that,
Facebook.
brother. Sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, my one of my teammates.
Sorry, brother.
And the crazy thing is, I just see that his wife was trying to reach out to me on Messenger, and
Wow,
I
I'm so
don't
sorry,
I
brother.
don't normally answer those because you never know, and calls and messages is not a good thing. So, but
All right.
I
Well,
will reach out to her immediately,
sorry, brother.
and yeah, he was always on our podcast. He would always
Oh
leave
wow.
comments.
Wow.
So,
So that's
um,
and I'm glad I got to see him. It's so important that you
very
know
important.
I put on my stand here. That's the pass that I had at the hospital to go see him,
Wow.
Wow.
and because every podcast he's here with us. He's always in here. Throw a comment, hello, just like Michael does, and Christy.
Wow.
That he's always here. But it's a shame. It's he's my age. People my age are not supposed to be going right now.
Right.
Just don't get it, man.
It's the thing I've been talking about with you for a while since I wrote my guidebook.
Yep.
It is something that is so inevitable that it's the it's so inevitable that we think it's such a one off, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's inevitable. And I saw some of the notes you wrote, so let's just get into it.
Okay. All right.
Um, I do first. I'll start out with an announcement. Um,
Okay.
so my book will be out. My audio book will be out some point next week. I'm still working on the finer details. Um, Matter of fact, Ron's going to try to join us soon. But I got that going on, and a lot of other great things going on. I had some hiccups this week, mainly from some of the things I'm doing. Um,
Health wise,
no,
physical.
health is getting better day by day. I'm really happy by that.
Okay.
Some of the people you work with are always not, sometimes not your best.
Yeah.
But
I know. I
um,
know that. I
daughter's doing better. I'm happy from that perspective. Um,
good.
I hope the same with you guys. Your family's going well. Um,
Mhm.
so you got. So I think about personal stories.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm gonna,
go into that.
all right.
Um,
I'm gonna put it on the screen here
okay,
so everyone knows what we're talking about.
okay, and then we'll go into like
Yeah.
resources.
I got a personal story. I was helping Charmaine count her money today, and man, I stopped at 2 million.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And we just we wasn't finished yet, Marvin. Man,
There you
we
go.
wasn't finished.
I know.
That's right. We are not finished. That's a little low.
I love it. I love it. So today we're going to talk about personal. Right. Well, this part of the segment show we're going to talk about personal stories and my personal stories today. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. I lost a dear friend of mine, Jackie Ramus. Um, a very educated person. Was destined to be an educator. That's all she thought about throughout her whole life. Just a outstanding human being, and she was so outstanding that everyone called her sister.
Right.
And so, she, you know, we buried her today. I attended the funeral.
So
Uh, so she had a daycare and an after-school program
hmm
in the old neighborhood. She didn't, she as successful as she was, she made sure she brought it back home, and so that's what she did. And uh, it's sad that it's grief, it's total grief. And today, one of my cousins gave a eulogy for her, and it's amazing how it was so beautiful and to the point. Um, and even though I was sad, I was very proud that my cousin gave her a good send off.
That's great.
Yeah, and so, but that's my personal story today. Other than my friend Jack passing away, I was a huge fan of the podcast. Um, to Jack McGee, Tracy, um, and their family, I will reach out to you. I would definitely get a hold of you and find out what's going on. But
You
crazy.
know, I thank you for sharing that, Charlie. I really appreciate it. And my heart goes out to you, brother. I mean, much love to you. Um, really, you know how sometimes folks have this long, drawn out thing when someone passed and all that, especially when it comes to sharing their feelings with somebody.
Yeah.
Like some people will say, well, you know what? They're in a better place now. They're no longer in pain.
Hmm.
And I always say to myself, well, that's besides the point, because whether they were in pain or not in pain, you still want them here.
Yes.
And I always say, we get to wrap this thing in grief however we want to. So I'll leave what you said with this, is that, my brother, I feel for you. Much love to you. This is what I give to people when they share a loss.
Mm.
Because I don't have all the answers.
Yes.
All I can do is unpack this thing and share my heart and love with you. This is what I do, man, to everybody. Everybody who has recently lost someone, I send my love and care to you always.
That's so true. Nappy Nappy Red June is a new friend.
Okay.
Going to be starting a podcast soon.
Okay. About what?
And I'm not sure right now. We're supposed to talk it up, and we are gonna definitely gonna support him. Uh, was on my podcast yesterday as a guest. I mean, as a piece of the audience, and so I'm gonna try to get him on the Really Charlie podcast and actually support his podcast. So,
Okay.
but Nappy Red, if you have any you want to put anything out there as far as what you're doing, um, what type of podcast you have, please do let us know.
I will also say, science has dictated that and has said that there is so much similarities between science backed and fact backed, or whatever back you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have come to a determination that, and this is what I've heard, I can't substantiate it either way, that death, there is no such thing as death because energy cannot die.
Mm-hmm.
And that death is like a doorway from one existence to another.
Yeah.
So what they say, there's no such thing as death. So with that in mind, there has been so many people who have unpacked this thing of like, okay, I may be feeling the emotion that someone did, but I understand more of it. I'm not saying I'm that person. I'm just saying what's out there.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Um,
I kind of believe that to some extent, that death is not the finality.
Marvin, we have Ron Guzman in the studio.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Okay.
And we'll in the next section we'll talk about what we're going to talk about. What's up, Ron? Hey, can you hear me?
No, he's muted.
Okay. When you guys get to be my age, you don't, it's technology. You don't know how to do this stuff. You guys will learn when you get to be my age.
Yeah, you're 8, right?
That's right.
Good old 45. So Charlie, this is my brother. This is my brother, and Charmaine, this is my brother Ron. I've
Okay.
known him for
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
years. He was a trainer when I with Pinkberry, and we became close over the years. And he was somebody who, when I was talking about doing my audiobook, he was like, "Hey, you can come on my studio and do it." I was like, "All right, let's do it." So
That's
always
nice.
been a good brother. We our makeup is very similar. A
Right.
lot of stories we have were very similar in how we approach many different things. So
Yeah, one of the things,
Ron, how much money you getting paid to be Marvin's friend?
man, you know what? He pays me back in game. Like,
Oh, he does.
Marvin has been such a mentor. Prior to being a life coach, he was already a coach for me. Like, he already knows he was a significant figure. Immediately after we hit it off right away. Like,
Yeah, he does. He does that to people. He definitely does
Yeah.
that to people.
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
immediately,
one of
instant.
I value our relationship a lot too, because we don't always actually agree on the way we're trying to approach this love
Mhm.
and pain and
Yes.
and whatever anxieties that we suffer through, and we go about it different ways. And sometimes I'm like, nah, but what about this and what about this? So I guess it's always great to have somebody to talk to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's had Ron's had his share of losses, since we're talking about losses now, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his son.
Oh wow, sorry
He
to hear
lost his mom recently as well. So, and he also lost a marriage as well. So he's been through his fair share of loss as well.
that. Yeah, that's you don't want to get used to it. You definitely don't want to get used to it, and it's I definitely don't want to see friends and family. I don't want to see anybody kind of going through that where they can actually say that they're a professional griever. Some
Yeah.
people see. I don't mind sharing when people pass away that I get this title called the Grim Reaper.
Hmm.
But I think that it's very important to acknowledge that someone has passed because not everybody is on. I just think people should be informed and pay their last respects. It's real important because of the people that are in the line, not so the person that's sitting in the coffin or maybe cremated.
Right.
It's the people that are there grieving and just go and there's not you go through the lines and there's you may not have anything to say to them, but say something. I love you. You know, maybe even God bless might not be the right thing.
Right.
People take that God is the reason behind this, right? So
Right.
you have to say something very general. I'm here for you, something. Or just like we talked about on one of the podcasts, just by us being there is enough. You don't really have to say anything.
Right.
Body language or a big hug, something.
Acknowledgement, I think, is the
Yeah,
way to go.
acknowledgement. Yep.
Acknowledgement,
What I've been able to get through, I would say the biggest actual spiritual loss I've ever had was after my son after a week after my son passed.
Hmm.
Both my grandparents were killed in a car accident.
Oh man.
And my grandma was my religious figure in my life. Like, although like she was Catholic, I was Christian, I didn't understand it, whatever. She was like that moral compass of that soul compass. But
Yes.
what I've learned is that what I like to tell people is, hey, grief, don't think that there's not a scale to it. There's a beautiful scale to grief. Like me and my daughter, if I had to put it in a scale form, like we are definitely on the brighter side of dealing with grief, and not. But I think the word grief makes people feel down
Hmm.
when
It
just
does.
that word, when really people need to be told. I tell people there's a scale to grief. I was like, me and my daughter, we'd put on so many Ronald McDonald runs, and we cook for them at the house, and we've done so many fundraisers in his name. Like, how could we, after 5 years, he was, after 5 years, how could you start being mad? You can't be, that sorrow kind of leaves. So that's why it's
Yes.
important to keep people's name around, still tell their stories and do things in their honor,
That's
because
just
at
an honor. Yep.
some point, just like Marvin talks about.
I
You
agree.
should honor them. And I mean, especially if they've made, I mean, whether they made a little or a big contribution to society, I think you should. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think you
Yeah.
should honor people, talk about them. I talk about that in my book, ways to honor people. If you don't have any ideas, there's plenty there. And that's kind of deep diving in resources. I think, Charlie, I think we get on this thing every week because we want to connect with the people with, obviously, who experience loss, but just anybody who needs some level of support and help. This is why we're here. And you know what? We try to do it with love in our hearts.
Hmm.
It's like this could be a whole session where we just laugh and joke about things. It doesn't have to be that serious. And that's what we've been doing, especially the past couple months, is really dive into just being better with ourselves and being better with others. We have gone deep with that, and we will continue to be in that space every week, because I really feel as though coming out of going through heavy grief and all that, my whole thing is that try to feel better, look better, just being your best, brother. And just, I mean, we can share that with the world. I mean, how great can that continue to be? Where you can come somewhere every week and they're going to talk about things you can do to feel better for yourself. I
Hmm.
mean, that's magical, brother, because it's not just about coming on here and sharing where you're at in the whole grief wheel and all that stuff, but it's about what are some of the things you can do and what we can do collectively to feel better and be better. And we're going to continue to talk about that weekly. And man, that's the best way to go. I mean, I think about the times, Ron, you and I have gotten together. I mean, we may have some really impactful conversations, but we're trying to have a good time. And one of the things I've realized is that when we go through this thing we call life, and we know there's a finality to it, it is such a gift to be here. So enjoy
Yeah,
every stinking moment,
Hmm.
yeah,
every moment. Enjoy it. And the people you don't enjoy it with, don't enjoy it with them. Enjoy it with people who you can genuinely enjoy it with. Because honestly, if I had the greatest advice I've ever tell is enjoy your life. Wake up every morning, find something to laugh about, and go about your day and enjoy your life. You're gonna have things come up. You're gonna have people that piss you off. You're gonna have things that piss you off. But can you look at life a little different and enjoy life just a little bit more every week? Because you will benefit greatly from that, and everybody else around you will as well.
Yeah. It's You mentioned that you guys would come together and you're trying to have a good time. But the one thing that I look at it is that you guys are sharing some quality time. You know.
Oh,
Um.
quality time is everything.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
know, and that's so important that you're having this time together to talk and communicate, whatever it may be. But at least you're there. You know.
Right.
Um. Sometimes we may get caught up in the day before and say there's nobody here for me, and then all of a sudden, boom,
Yep.
Ron shows up or Marvin shows up, and then boom. Why did I doubt myself yesterday? I
Yeah.
knew this man is always here for me.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm glad that you guys can reach out to each other and know that each other is there
That's
for
what
the
that's
both of you.
me and Marv when I was talking about like my struggles a little bit like lately with really trusting women and and because of all of what I've been through, with just specifically women,
Hmm.
and and then I'm like I'm talking through Marvin, I'm like man, like how is it that you were able to find this type of love that I'm in search for? But is it even worth giving up? Because I love hanging out with Marvin. Like I
Hmm.
love me and him. We don't need nut. We just need a table and two
Right.
Yeah.
chairs.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's our friendship. We're a table and two chair friendship. That's cool. I like that saying. I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt.
I
I
like it.
love
But that's
that.
really what we are. We're just anywhere.
I like that, brother.
I
And
do.
and to try to find a girl like that. I love hanging out with my friends. Maybe I just get, and I told him the other day, I said, maybe I'll just get my affection from women and get my love from my homies because I love talking to you guys. I love telling dudes we don't talk about the topics, and so, yeah, I always appreciate Mark being there, and
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of equal female relationship I'm trying to look at.
And like I've been saying time and time again, we live in a world of possibilities. So there's always that possibility. I have been saying for a long time, I didn't necessarily believe it, but I still feel it continues to be my turn. And I
Hmm.
know things will continue to work out. And you know what? I was talking to my mom today. I was like, she was talking about Tiger Woods.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? There was a period of time when he had waves of faith. And this is what I mean by that.
Hmm.
You can believe in a higher power, right?
Yeah.
Right? Ultimate source of all existence, right? You can believe in that, or God, whatever you want to frame
Yeah,
it. And you can have your ancestors you call on, people that were great to you that are no longer around. And and then on top of that, you can call on yourself because you know no matter what, you got it. Tiger
yeah,
Woods had all levels of faith at one point. He had
Hmm.
himself, he had his father. His father was there, then his father passed, became his ancestor. He believed in God, and he had multiple levels of faith. And those things are streams of vibration. And it appears in his life, he got cut off from all those streams, including himself,
Hmm.
where he had that ability to, like, you know what? I got this. And he pulled that energy from somewhere. And at the end of the day, that's a vibration. And one thing I was talking to my mom about, she always calls me a walk-in. I said, you know what? When you are riding on that wave, good things are always bound to happen because you are in a straight, incredible vibratory state. Charlie, we've talked about this multiple times, tones and frequencies.
Yes.
Wherever you're at and wherever you want to go, it's a tone and frequency. I mean, you can even break it down to everybody who was born on this planet has a tone that they were born to.
Hmm.
This is how I was telling you before. I can listen to a song from a certain era and it's got a certain tone and frequency to it. And this is how I connect to my ancestors. And I can remember something about them, and that was during a time when I was younger. And I can hear that song, and I feel like I'm on that same wavelength.
Hmm.
And I say all this stuff. I'm not saying it from making it hocus pocus and all that. This is just straight up tones and frequencies, man. We all have them, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's what I feel, brother.
Definitely. I don't know where Ron went, but
Okay.
maybe I have to go somewhere. The Yeah, that's all factual stuff. There's science behind it. And
That's the science behind it, brother.
it truly is. Says it's got a lot of reasons why we dream like we dream. There's
Yeah.
so many. There's frequencies in that, and you know, and it's also how you connect. Whatever that person, whatever person, thing, or whatever's in your dreams has the same frequencies that bringing that connection.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I totally believe in it, and I
It's it's fact and it's science backed, tones and frequencies.
yeah,
You will
yeah,
start to hear more and more of that in religious houses because the science is indisputable.
yeah. The what kind of resources can we give people that are going through grief? What do you know?
First thing I would say, and this is not from a biased perspective, get my book.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of that?
Yep. I got that. And by the way, there, Mr. Speller, I found a hard copy.
Oh man, there you go.
I am
Talk
very,
about the
very,
hard copy, man.
I am very happy. That's the first book, and it means something, right?
Yeah, because it's not just a book, it's a resource.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's a resource to get you through really just early stages, beginning stages, end stages of going through grief. It's got a ton of tools in there. And it's also got a planner when you're really trying to work your way through it. Um,
yeah.
because it's one of these companions that you're never alone. And if you don't hear it from my voice, you feel it from my vibration throughout the whole book. Every time you pick up this book, you will feel something from it. You will get something from it. That's
I,
anybody that's going through any type of trauma. Um, More resources, I would say, get involved in different groups. People are stories because sometimes, hello, sometimes it's not about someone providing you answers when you go through grief because
yeah.
you have the answers. The best way to go is to activate what's in you.
The
And you talk about whatever you believe in, whatever you are into. There's a lot of people in religious texts that says like they talk about God dwells in all of us, right?
yes,
So that's a vibration. So you're able to tap into what I talk about a lot of times is like we're always thinking about where can we go in outer space. But what
hmm
about inner space?
yes,
'Cause inner space, you can tap into all the answers you ever need. And this is why sometimes it's good to be around people who've gone through similar things because maybe they can tap in something, a thought or a place or something, or a place where you should probably go. And I would say that's a great resource. Another thing, another resource is writing down what you're feeling
mm,
every single day. And probably the greatest resource someone can ever give you when you're going through a level of grief, find some level of comfort every day. I don't care what it is. It could be a cup of coffee, it could be a piece of cake or something. Find your comfort spot and milk it.
mm,
That's the best way to go because when you're going through grief, sometimes you're going to feel so crappy. You would do whatever to reach for a better feeling place. No doubt.
yes. Want to let you know about 12th Street Talkback. She has been joining us and new supporter of the Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself podcast and the Really Jolly podcast. She's also on TikTok. Um, So please support her, and like to like to talk to her and build on the relationship. Maybe we can get her on here and
What kind of
talk to her.
relationship?
Relationship with as far as networking and
Okay.
because she's a creator also.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna try to do, and
Anytime, man.
yeah, and
Anytime,
so
you know.
and I did talk to Anthony Black, 12th Street. I talked to him, and he's a good brother.
Okay.
Always supporting us, but that's his friend, so now she's my friend because that's how I do it.
That's how you do it.
If the person is good enough to be your friend, I respect your impression of them or your feeling, and the reason why they're in your life is because they're good people.
Hmm.
And so when somebody like you and Anthony Black, tell me that this person's good, guess what? I'm all over it. I don't need no confirmation. I really don't. So yeah, blessings back at you. I feel you. So
Did you get the books I sent you?
yes, I did. Thank you. I meant to say thank you last time we
Okay.
talked
It's okay.
in the Zoom call, and but I did, and man, it's there's
I know.
so many people
Many
need your
people.
book, brother.
I know.
So many.
I'll keep sending them. You know, at the end of the day, and I really want everybody out there to listen to this. We do what we do because we love you. Whether it's gifting a book,
Absolutely.
coming on here, anybody can always come on here and just talk. Whatever you're feeling. That's why I say get around people who've been through similar things and let's just talk. We can break bread. This has been talked about since the beginning of time. People break bread to build a level of fellowship. And we have nothing but love for you all. And so we do this for people. Ultimately, when I think about wellness, when I think about wellness is like everybody being the best they can.
Hmm.
We want to be nothing but the conduit for that. Whatever it takes for people to be better and feel better and all that, um, that's everything to us. Everything. Because you know why? Because you know what? I have been given that in my lifetime. Have experienced that. And my thing is like, there's no other way but to give that back.
Yes.
1,000%. And that could be anything people need. So you have people that's going through something, bring them here. Have them reach out, have them call us. We got you.
And and
So when you talk about resources,
yeah,
that's us, man.
absolutely, absolutely. We're confirmed that is definitely there is confirmation on it just by the people that come here every single week to be with us.
Right.
And I truly, truly appreciate that. 12th Street says, bridging the gap in communication. That's my goal. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
And when you bridge the gap, sometimes it may be 95% of what you do and only 5% of what the other person does.
Yep. You're right.
And so some people misunderstand bridging the gap as, well, I want to bridge the gap, but it's got to be 50-50. No, there's no such thing.
No such thing. It's no such.
Yeah.
It's 100.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what? If you care about the person, sometimes it can be like 120-80, where
Hmm.
you carry a good portion of that for a while.
Yeah.
That's honestly that's how I think about it.
Yep.
One day we're gonna spend a whole segment just talking about relationships. We're gonna talk about this whole dynamic because so many people talk about it, and like
Hmm.
we're gonna share it from a love perspective, what it's really like. We both have seen what love looks like, what it feels like, and I think it's more that needs to be said because I think all these channels and all these things talk about the dynamic between men and women.
Hmm.
that's kind of so messed up, man, because it's like, I don't know. And I think more people need to talk about it from a loving perspective, not an accusatory standpoint.
Yep.
Like, what you accuse them for? Because there's always something on every side.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, man. It's just like, I always look at like, what can we all do collectively to find a middle ground?
Hmm.
You think about it, if you want to get down to like people talk about race and all that, and what this other race does and all that, and it's like, that is to me so futile, because it's like, in every race you can find everything, and you can never just blame one race, because you just never know.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
love everybody, and you'll have the biggest people who talk about they're the biggest when it comes to religion and all that, but then they'll have something to say about another race.
Hmm.
I always say to myself, whatever happened to "Am I my brother's keeper?"
Yeah.
or "Love thy neighbor"?
Hmm.
What about all that stuff, man? And I'm like, this is what we think about when we came up with this concept. Is like, love thy neighbor. All come to us. And I don't know. It's kind of what I think about, brother.
It's one thing I learned in this past month is that you know, people we all have mentors
Mm-hmm.
and we have mentees, but I wanna at least tell people that people people that mentor you can't have a time limit, right?
No, they can't. No.
You don't believe that? Oh, I believe it
I
that
mean,
they
how
have a
long they
time.
mentor you for?
Yeah, like
I
it,
think.
it
I
may
think at
it
some.
may it
I
may
think at some point, the mentorship goes to observation, and as opposed to, okay, well, I mentored this person for a while. Let's just see how it's sticking, right?
yeah.
And then I will observe and then give timely feedback, because once you mentor someone, you can't stand over their back too long. So I agree with that part, but at some point you become the observer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Is that
because
the right? Was that the right answer?
it is, and what I'm getting at is that I've um I had a mentor
Hmm.
and definitely benefited from a lot of stuff that was passed on to me um and but I found that the mentorship or the mentor truly is we kind of we find I find we have less in common now.
Possibly.
And
They were supposed to come in your life to give you something. Hopefully you got it.
yeah,
Remember, some people are supposed to only be around for a season, and
and
that's the reason.
yeah,
And
and
so,
there's it's
rejoice.
also I lost some trust too. So I'm trying to get it back, but
Maybe you're
I
not
always
supposed to.
I always reflect back on the trust issues now.
Right. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you're supposed to get what you got, and you got it.
Okay.
That's simple,
Yeah.
brother. You know. You
Yeah.
know.
It's
I wish I had somebody to embrace me going through grief. I mean, people like you have been great, and I wholeheartedly wanted to have this thing of companionship and all this other stuff. One of the things I realized probably early on was like, at the end of the day, I'm my own cavalry,
yeah.
and that's helped me out tremendously. And when I think about resources, we're still going into resources, right? Think
Mm-hmm.
about the number one resource that you're going to have is this.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look at your own. It's going to be that because you have to believe and you have to count on yourself every day. Don't let yourself down. Build yourself and build from there and build to be the best version of yourself. That's one hell of a thing to do.
Yeah. And as your cavalry and yourself, right?
Hmm.
I want you to understand is that you have those hands out and someone grabs it,
Hmm.
take hold of it.
Right. That's a good
Let
point.
them go for the ride too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, brother.
And there's there's so much.
Yeah.
So much that you have to offer.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother.
And man.
Especially at this point, and I shared this a couple months in. It was like, man, I'm exploding with all this love for the world or the right person and all that. And I'm like, that's like magical. That's magnified.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everything because it's like when you talk about shattered to onward,
Yes.
that's the when I talk about shattered to onward, that space of onward is very expansive.
Yes.
And that onward piece was what I was supposed to do. That's where for me to get to my best version of me, I had to be in that onward part. And I had to lose someone very close to me for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to tell everybody, as much as that sucked, it was a necessary because this is the agreement I have with myself.
Yeah. It's I, I,
Remember that.
every week I'm amazed at the title of your book,
Thank you.
and just that in itself is just capturing. It captures you so quickly. The phoenix, the everything. Normally, people would think, right, that bright colors are supposed to draw your attention.
Mm,
The phoenix is bright,
right.
but the book color grabbed my attention. It's different. It's a different cover. It's a different color. But I'm a rustic kind of guy, right?
Hmm.
I like fall colors. Anything. These are fall colors when you kind of
Those are
think about
fall colors, brother, for sure.
it. And it just
There's
gets me.
so much science behind, like how many chapters I mean, how many pages in the book,
Hmm.
and in the cover as well. And I was very intentional with that
Yeah.
because, yeah, it's important when you tell a story to have as much backing as you want.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
someone put May.
Marvin, we got some good comments there. It says, may I say, sometimes we supported what's supposed to, trying to read on the big screen so I can see it. We're supposed to take the training wheels off, but trust is very important. We live in a world now. People uh, want what's in your hand and not in your heart. So true. Um,
Do you want to expound on that? You go first, and I'll go.
yeah, I truly, I understand. I truly like the part about the training wheels and taking them off. It's
Mhm.
real important. They've done that with a couple of my friends and family members, where I
Right,
was the mentor, and I did that. Um, but trust is very important, and it's for me because just not just a short few months ago, I would have just went anywhere, believed anything that this mentor had told me.
right,
And if I did defend or support that mentor, I would have been 100% wrong.
right.
and that bothers me. It bothers me that I could have been in a bad situation, but I wasn't because I felt unsteady, and then the trust is just so
That's
that's my feeling on that.
that's important. I'll share my thoughts, and we'll go into the next comment.
Okay.
Um, I will say this: whatever I want to see or feel,
Yep.
I am ultimately responsible for that.
Mm.
So I want to feel more love from everybody. Guess who has to feel the love of himself first?
You.
It's me.
Yep.
My life started changing slightly when I started probably taking responsibility for everything that's happening in my life. And
Mm.
I try to lead from that place.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, I can be cautious,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want to make sure, am I doing everything I need to do to feel and attract love?
Yes.
You know, best feelings from people or anything I want to have in my life, I want to make sure I can attract it.
Mm.
And I start from, because remember, it's a frequency, man.
Yeah.
Do you know if you meditated and felt from a certain perspective and you were in the alpha and theta waves, you can make a lot of things happen.
Mm.
So we have to be mindful of that. We really do. So you got another comment up there.
Okay. So our good friend Michael says mentorship is protected and often informal relationships where a more experienced or knowledgeable person, mentor, guides the professional or personal development of a less experienced person. So true.
I agree
Um,
with that. 1,000% agree with that. I,
yeah.
I would rather have a mentor who probably didn't know me,
Hmm.
but they knew something I
Yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
because I don't want somebody to do it because, okay, they're cool with me. I want somebody to do it because they have what I'm after.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
to me is everything. And I've had a couple of people like that in my lifetime. It was amazing because you feel like you learned a lot. They're all learning moments, right?
Hmm.
So it's kind of what I think.
Absolutely. Great comments, man. Awesome. It's
Yep. Very
Chris.
engaged group. I think we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon, but I do want to share. So
Sure.
next week we're gonna start to go. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into when I think about where I'm at and the phases of life and the onward part we were talking about earlier.
Hmm.
Onward part is massive because that's
Okay.
your makeup. And your
Yeah.
onward part can be like the way you do things, how you do it, when you do it. And I think about some of the things I'm doing and some of the things I've gathered from others, things I'm doing to this onward part, make it rock solid and make the future bright. And this is something, that can help everybody. Things we can talk about, things we can do to, I mean, like, almost at the point. Anybody out there, if you could give me 30 minutes, I can change your life forever.
Mm.
Imagine if you could carry that and you believe that every day. Hey, just give me 30 minutes and watch what I can do for you.
Yeah.
Because think people want people to show up, right?
Hmm.
So that's what we're going to continue to lead with weekly.
Can't wait. We got some big and some very beneficial things coming up.
Yep, we're gonna
Uh,
we're gonna lead with that, man. The onward
yeah. Yeah. We
is
we cannot we cannot wait to do that for you all and ourselves. And so stay tuned and join us every Wednesday here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock uh, Pacific time. This is definitely one of those shows where we are definitely offering you a lot of good advice, good intellect, but we also have two good ears that we're gonna listen to you. We're
Yeah, we
gonna,
want to
yeah,
listen to. We want to hear what everyone has to say.
yeah,
We
it's
really appreciate people's chiming in because, as we always say, we don't have all the answers. We learn collectively. We learn like a hive, and we're taking as much from you all as we're giving back to you all. So
so true.
thank you all for your time. We really appreciate it, and much love to you all.
Yeah, much love, and I appreciate everyone. May Jack McGee rest in peace. I'm truly gonna miss you, Tracy. I will reach out to you soon, and as tonight or tomorrow morning, definitely have to. Man, tough loss. Um, but Marvin, I can't wait for next week.
Yep, we're
But
going we're going to really continue to dive into the onward.
yeah, yeah, I can't wait. So we'll definitely. I'm gonna kind of create a nice big headline, and we'll figure out something. But really gonna hype it up so we get a good audience on Wednesday.
Okay, thanks, my brother.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please keep in touch. Send us some messages. Good night, 12th Street. I appreciate
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Love this, man. Great show.
Okay,
You're the best, Marvin. I will
you're the best.
talk to
You're
you
the best
this
rap.
week, man.
Okay,
All right. All right. Take care.
take care, brother. You going out with the music?
Yeah, I got the right video, brother.
Okay, cool.
No typos.
Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.